remember a time in childhood when you dreamt of the possibilities of what you could become when you grew older. The things that you were going to do. You were going to be a doctor or a nurse or a veterinarian. You had these dreams that you were going to be someone important. For me, the dream was to either be a minister or a superhero. And then, life happened. Deep in my soul has always been a calling. But then throughout life, as I grew older, there were many reasons I was told I couldn't be a superhero. One of the obvious is, can't fly. Another was, I don't look good in tights. And I had to agree. When it came to being a minister, I also found out I was told that I couldn't do that. When I was a child, because of my gender, being a woman, back in the 70s, women weren't allowed to be pastors. And then as I got older, there were other reasons I was told I couldn't be a pastor. And each of these dampened the desire, kind of quieted my soul, or at least quieted my ability to hear my soul's calling. It was still there, but I had turned away from it. And then, a few years ago, I ran into someone who was a Sufi healer. I had no idea what that meant. But what I understood was that what was happening is I was being set free from the things, the voices, the stories, all the things I told myself and others had told me of why I can't do what it is that my soul felt called to do. And so today, I want to share with you what has helped me to quiet those voices, even get rid of some of them, to stop telling myself the stories that I can't do something because of this or because of that, and instead start listening to the calling of my soul and live through it. Before we get started, I want to talk to you about kind of a basic Sufi teaching, which is, they call them veils. And so right here, if you look at the picture, we have our heart. And this is what it is when a baby comes into the world. And I'm sure everyone has the experience when you see a baby for the first time. They just evoke this innocence and this love, and they just carry so much light because they're unguarded. Their heart is still open and pure. They don't have anything covering it. And this was us, each one of us, when we were born. And the thing is that it is still each one of us underneath everything. So things happen in life. And what happens is when we hurt others or others hurt us, veils or coverings come over our heart. So for instance, you're crying as a baby because you're hungry or you're tired or your diaper needs changing. But mom and dad don't come right away. So unconsciously, you start to think, my parents don't care about me. And it puts a little covering over your heart. And so you can still see the heart. It's still there. Your beauty and your essence is still there. It's just now you have this belief that is covering it. Then something happens where your mom slaps your hand when you're reaching for the hot stove. And so you develop a belief that exploring can be dangerous, could be one of the things that you realize from this. And so that now becomes a covering over the truth of who you are and your soul and your heart's beauty. Then another example, you lied to your parents. That also covers your heart with a veil, with a curtain, with something that is just not allowing the light of the true you to fully come through. And then situation after situation in our life happen. And everything, whether we do it to someone else to hurt them or something that's done to us to hurt us, all these veils then come over our heart. And in the end, it's still there. The beauty and the truth within us is still there, but we don't see it anymore. We've lost it. We've forgotten about it. So I want to share with you today some things that I have learned to help me release some of the coverings, some of the veils over my heart, to help me reconnect with my soul's calling, which has allowed me to be here and share this with you today. So it's called the RAUF process, RAUF. Remember, acknowledge, understand, and freedom. You want to remember who you are and who created you, the God of your understanding. You don't have to be Sufi. You don't have to be Christian. You don't have to be Jewish. You don't have to be anything. You can be pagan. You can be atheist, and this process will still help you get back in touch with who you are at your essence. So remember who you are and remember who created you. Second, acknowledge. Acknowledge the gifts you've been given in this life and the qualities that you contain. Basically your spiritual DNA. The Sufis teach about 99 qualities of Allah. And granted, there are innumerable qualities that God has, but the Sufis focus more so on 99 qualities. And these are the spiritual DNA. We all contain them. They're all within us in different amounts based on what our soul needs to fulfill what it is we're called to do in this life. Third, understand your connection to all creation. Really know that we're all in this together. And there's beauty in that. And finally, find the true freedom that comes when you live from your uniquely created soul. Just think about that. Feel into that. There is freedom when you live from your uniquely created soul. It's beautiful. Imagine a world where we all live out our soul's calling, what it is we were here to do. Imagine how awesome it would be, how everyone will get along. We're all doing what we need to do. There's perfect balance in everything because we are all being truly ourselves. And that's all this life is about, is to find who we really are and to live that authentically. And the beauty of RAUF, R-A-U-F, is it can help us all get there. So right now, we're going to do the first step in the RAUF process, which is remembering who we are and who created us. The Sufis call this practice remembrance, and we use the name Allah when we're doing it, which means the One. You can use whatever name of God that you are comfortable with. You can use the word love, peace, mercy, whatever it is you're comfortable with. I'm going to be using Allah for this demonstration, so I ask that you just sit back, relax, and open your heart to feel whatever happens. If something does, great. If something doesn't, great. Whatever is to be, will be. All right, so right now, just kind of sit back, relax, take a deep breath in, let it out. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. Allah, 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 take a moment as you are remembering and acknowledge what you're feeling. Understand that this is showing you a connection to something, to all of creation, and leading you to find the freedom of your uniqueness and your calling in this life. I invite you to try this practice for 2 to 3 minutes a day, longer if you like, and journal about it. Journal about what you feel, what you experience, what thoughts come up. And at the same time, I also invite you to leave a comment below the video and let me know what you liked about this video. And if you even want to share what came up while you're doing the remembrance practice, great. Let's get a dialogue going and be more than willing to chat with people about it. And if you found that this was helpful to you and you know of someone else who you think it can touch deeply as well, please pass it on to them as well. Help us get the message across. Thank you again for taking the time to watch my video, to share this message. It means a lot to me and I am very grateful. May you all be blessed.